In today's video, I'm going to take a look at IYT, and we're going to start with a blank chart and see if there is a setup coming up. So one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to look at this chart is because it looks like it might be setting up a two-step pattern, okay, which means that the actual zone that we're going to look at for a buy entry is going to come in a little bit lower than current prices, but hey, you can be set up in advance and be prepared in case we do test the actual support zone. Now, what I'm not crazy about in this case is that price is currently below the 200 simple moving average, below the 50 simple, and the 5 and 13 are in a sell mode. But that doesn't mean that there won't be a setup. So let's see what we can find. I'm going to start with running the retracement of the recent larger swing. I'm going to see if there's any symmetry with one of these prior declines as I project it from the recent high. Okay, that comes in a little bit below. I'm going to run 100% of the first swing down. Okay, that gives me 177.04. I'm also going to run an extension of the low to high swing. Okay, now you can see where it's starting to cluster, right? Now there's also going to be an extension I can run from this low to high. I'm pretty sure it overlaps that area, so let's take this low to that high, and yep, that overlaps nicely. Now is there anything else? Well, let's see. We can also take some of the swings inside of the swings. For example, we can measure this high to this low and project it from this high, and then also run another extension. Let's see how that shows up. So here's 100%. Okay, that comes in a little bit below at that 177.68 area. Let's add an extension, low to high. Well, I don't really care about the 1272 right now, but there's a 1618 that overlaps. So what we've basically done here is we've built a price cluster decision, and if we do end up testing this support decision, what you want to do is go down to a lower time frame chart and look for a trigger. Now, as far as the triggers, I have posted this video multiple times. It's on my personal YouTube channel. If you want to figure out what you need to see as far as, you know, the moving average crossover and the pattern shift and all that kind of good stuff, then please go watch that video. But for now, the decision that stands out that I'm going to watch initially is going to be 177.04 to 178.48. That's the price cluster. There's one other area that I would consider watching for support, and that would be where you have this other symmetrical projection at 175.66 and a 1618 extension, 175.25. So those are the two areas that I'm interested in watching in the next couple of sessions, and we'll see if it gets there. But remember, you know, if you trade down into that area and you don't see a buy trigger, don't take a trade against it. If you do get a trigger, then place your stops either, you know, underneath the low made prior to your buy signal or underneath the low end of the zones.